Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I always like to have things cut clear. Like, for instance, if you get involved in an organization or you get hired, you want to know the process, I want to know the program, and very nicely structured. I like to have things structured. Sometimes, in certain circumstances, you let your imagination flow. No, but that is under a structure, you allow that. And again, you have your limitations. I like when countries, say we're going to do this, and they do it. I like when people come straight and tell me I'm going to punch you in the face if you do that, or I'm going to give you a kiss if you do that. I like that straight to your face, okay? So that's why I like Israel in this case coming out and saying, this is what will happen to Gaza. There will be three things. You got my attention. So I got this article from Russia Today, and it's from the 21st of October 2023. Israel outlines future plans for Gaza. Excellent. I'm eager to hear them. The defense minister, this person right here, says the country will abandon all responsibility for the Palestinian enclave after a ground offensive. That sounds good, but let's analyze those words. First, they have responsibilities? Like what? Like providing this, providing that, providing this, and providing that? I think the Palestinians will see that abandoning all responsibilities of being given freedom. Because the same guy right here, the defense minister, remember, this guy said that he's going to turn off the water to Palestine, to Gaza, turn off the fuel, turn off the food, turn off the electricity. So these were Israel's responsibilities. And they also closed the borders of Gaza. So they will not have this responsibility. How do you think the prisoner will look at that? Oh my God, I can go and do my own things. I can get out. I can do business with whomever I want. I'm not going to work on my own without you telling me what to do. Well, you see, these guys look at as abandoning all responsibilities because they were very hard. And the other ones forgetting their freedom. Good. There's going to be a win-win situation. Now, he says the key word here is after a ground offensive. Now, my question is, after that ground offensive, will there be any Palestinians left? Now, if there are Palestinians left, will there be any building standing? It matters what's going to be after the ground offensive, don't you think? So after you destroy everything, you say, you know what? Now you can have it. Have what? Flat land? No more people? I'm just exaggerating, obviously. But always ask questions. What do you mean after a ground offensive? What do you mean? And he's going to explain to you because this gentleman is straight. He's a straight shooter, my friend, this guy. I like him in that way. He called the Palestinians human animals. That's a different story. Remember when he said that they're going to turn off the water? But hey, at least he tells what he believes in. And I like that. Good or bad? Good according to my analysis. Good for him, I guess. So let's see what Mr. Gallant said. Adolf Galland? different name a little bit. You remember Adolf Galland? The Nazi ace? Israel will wash its hands of Gaza once it has completed its ground military operation and vanquish Hamas. Defense Minister Yoav Gallant has said. The Financial Times, citing an anonymous Israeli official, reported that the new approach means that Gazans will not be allowed to enter Israel or work there. Oy vey, I think they will cry. Oh my God. Okay. Addressing the Israeli Parliament's Foreign Affairs, the Defense Committee on Friday, Galland told lawmakers that Israel will no longer have responsibility for day-to-day life in the Gaza Strip once the hostilities are over. All right. Okay, so according to the minister, this person right here, the Israeli military operation will consist of 3 phases. Excellent, I like that, structured. The first being heavy aerial bombardment, which is already underway. So I would like to understand the details. Like heavy bombardment is as heavy. You're going to be flattening the thing out? Well, who said that? That after this, Gaza is going to be a city of tents? Was it he who said that? I can't remember. One of these guys said it. All right. Now we know they're going to bombard everything. Heavy, not light, heavy. It would also include ground maneuvers. Now, what do you think ground maneuver means? They're going to be military, going to be personnel going in, troops, with the purpose of destroying operatives and damaging infrastructure in order to destroy the Hamas. Infrastructure meaning whatever they feel like. In that apartment building, we think we got information that's one Hamas. Coordinates are this. Send some air support. Bang, boom, boom. Done deal. Good. Next apartment. How many are over there? One. These are the coordinates. Hit that target. Bim, bam, boom. That's how they're gonna destroy the infrastructure. Damaging. They just damage it. They don't destroy it. Damage it. Just here and there, Okay. I like it. I like it because they come clean and tell you. Second phase, he says, we'll see lower intensity fighting in the enclave. That is after you bombardment, you send the troops in and they will just kill the wounded. Boom, 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 boom. Usually that's what means lower intensity fighting. You look for just few. You don't kill wounded, obviously, by the Geneva Convention. They will not do that. No. The hospital, it was the Palestinians, they said, okay, that's as it is. Flatten garbage over there that I saw. It was not them. It was just a few Hamas, just a few Hamas. I saw pictures and videos. So who did that? Okay, nevertheless, so they're going to go lower intensity fighting in the enclave, aiming at, and I'm going to show you the word, I like that, because they say it clear, aiming at eliminating. Stop right there. What? Flies? Cockroaches? What? Birds? No, pockets of resistance. They will just attack pockets of resistance, okay? According to Gallant, the military action will end with and this is the last phase, creation of a new security regime in Gaza. So they will create something. But remember, these are processes. All three things are processes. It says here, the Financial Times quoted an unnamed Israeli official saying that Israel will not be part of the solution in terms of giving Gazans work. Good. We are disconnected we've disconnected that umbilical cord. Do you mean the shackles? You call it umbilical cord, but the other guys can call it shackles because with you, they couldn't expand anywhere. You decided everything over there. It seems like water, electricity, fuel, food. To me, that's kind of like necessities. So anyway, my friends, let's look over this. It says Israel will not be part of the solution in terms of giving Gaza work. And that's not what I wanted. It says will not be. The military action will end with the creation of a new military security regime. So there will be a creation of a regime over there. Someone will create it. All right? Now, all these three things, these phases, are processes. The first process, bombardment. Now that could last how long? Israel will say. It could last a week, a month, 20 years, 3 centuries. How much they consider needs to be done. And then they go to the second one, which is another process that could last a week, a month, 2 years, 3 centuries. And then the third one, again, is going to be a process. That's going to be lasting again as the other two. So you see there's going to be 3 processes and it's going to be one judge, Israel. And Israel will be the only one who will determine when a process is completed. And if you cross the bridge, it doesn't mean that bridge you can't cross it back. So if in the process of bombardments, you go to the next phase and you realize that you have to go back to the first process, you pull out and come back with the first process. So there's going to be another never-ending process since 1948. We've been in a peace process since 1949. I've been hearing that since wherever I could understand the Israeli-Palestinian peace process. And I've been over there since when? Decades, my friends. It's still a process. Nothing happens. It doesn't seem to go in a good direction, does it? It escalated to this, to Hamas doing what they did. What does that tell you? That the process was not good process. So now what? Again, the first process that they tell us about, with the peace process, escalated into this. And it was all good for what? Decades. Let's say 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Pop. At least 70 years the process of creating a new state, and escalated with the 7th of October, my friends. At Putin's birthday. Isn't it? I think so. Yeah. All right? And then now they're going to start another process with three phases. I think it's going to be lasting centuries. What do you think the Palestinians are going to do in this process? It doesn't sound good whatsoever. The first process is bad, bombardment. Second one, eliminating pockets. And the third one, formation of a security thing. That means they're going to dictate what would be the creation, what are going to be the structures of the new Gaza. They will. Do you think they will just take their hands, wash their hands and move on? Without looking back and say, we want to make sure those guys are like Russia, must be after the Americans destroy them, or at least they try. They will never recover. Never. This is the whole goal in Ukraine, is the attempt of kneeling Russia that will never recover. And I thank Victoria Nuland, that lady of the night, who told the Ukrainians, guys, we're not going to do this again. That's what, and I'm like, thank you very much, Nuland. I know where you're coming from and where you want to go. That means it's now or never. Remember Elvis' song, It's Now or Never? Now it's now or never. We're not going to do this again. Why? Because if we can't do it now, that means we're going to be like Adolf with Stalin. Adolf said we're going to initiate Barbarossa. We're going to initiate, right, the attack. Now, we're not ready, but the longer we wait, the stronger Stalin gets. So we have to do it now. That's why they start. And when they started, they had such a bad information of how much resources the Russians, the Soviets had, that they failed. They were like, oh my God, we thought there are not that many. And they were. So faulty information, intelligence. But he had to, because these guys were growing faster than these guys, the communists, if you can believe, were growing faster than the most industrialized country in the world at that time, if I remember correctly. While everybody else was in garbage with the big depression, that idiot just bypassed it. That idiot being Adolf, the criminal. But he made a mistake. By chance, that's how these guys are saying it. Well, I don't care. The result was Germany had a mild, not even recession. These guys had what? Anyway, my friends. So here it is. I'm glad there will be 3 phases, and these 3 phases could be, I don't know, 6,000 years from now. Or how long these guys determine the phases will or must last. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.